I just have to bring out some of these coming events. The president with the opioid thing that he's going to sign, there's billions and billions and billions of dollars going to be funneled into opioid treatment. And I hope that everybody that's out there within the sound of my voice, or even beyond, even if you're in another country, you can think about your program on drug addiction and opioid type of relief. And come to realize it's not about you. It's about the poor person that has the problem with the opioid that needs to be finding a way to get back into society so that they can be an active participant within society, or at least stay alive. Because opioids for them is final. For you, you get a pat on the back. You get to say how wonderful you are and how much you're doing in trying to alleviate the epidemic of opium. Sounds a whole lot like they got what they wanted, making opioid and drug addiction a disease. I still feel that opioid addiction is terrible. It will kill you, but it's not a disease. It's a choice. So I hope that some of this money goes towards prevention for those people who haven't become addicted to opioids yet. That monster's out there. That monster's threatening everybody's existence at any point in time. It's out there. It's not just out there from the bad guy on the corner with the little bags and selling it to you all in the shade. No, it's not just out there from the prescription drugs that's out there. No, and even the prescription drugs that's out there, even though we have the knowledge that the opioid prescription, the prescription drug part of it was actually planned. They just didn't know that the opioid was that powerful. What's the name of that company? I forget the name of that company, but they dealt with the Oxycontins and those type of opioids way before people even knew the name Oxycontin. They was using those just to alleviate pain because they get into your system and then they release their medication slowly over time. So you don't have to be always, pain hurts, so I'm going to take something for the pain. Oh, the pain hurts, I'm going to take something for the pain. This lasts over time. And they were 10, 20, 30 times stronger than any opioid that's out there. And they did the thing that people do. Oh, well, people are stupid. They won't know that all you got to do is strip off the casing upon these things, melt it down and inject it. You get the full doses at once. Now, the people addicted on the drugs, they aren't quite that stupid, so that's what they did. So I just want to thank the President Obama and all his staff and all the people in all the cities that are standing with bated breath and hands extended wide to get some of this $4 billion I think he's talking about that's coming for, he's proposing for opioid epidemic war or whatever he's calling that type of thing. And I hope that when it gets here, we use it in the right way, not using it to make yourself look good in the eyes of other people, not using it just because it's there and you have to do something with it. I'm use it in the correct manner. There's people out there that's suffering from it, and those people need to be helped. Now, they need not be judged. They need to be helped. They need to be loved. That's what love's all about, folks. Right there. That's what love's all about. That's ArchAngel love anyway. And passing no judgment on anybody who has a problem with opioids and then they have to live at the lower fringes of society. Rough out there in the lower fringes of society. It's not nice. You know? It's not even imaginable for most people who never been there, because you drive by it and you don't see it. You know, you don't walk by it because it's too dangerous. So in your idea, so you're not going outside your car. So you never really seen it. And they live there every day. You know, all day, all night. That's where they live here. and that needs to be addressed. And if there's $4 billion coming to help with the opioid epidemic, let it work right, and make it count. That's enough on opioid epidemic and stuff like that. I just had to get that out the way and say that. And I got another thing, and it's a short thing that I'm going to say too. It's just more of another thing, because it takes away from love. It's with the soldiers who died out there in the Niger area in Africa and stuff. It's not entertainment, folks. It's not entertainment. There's a war going on with ISIS. ISIS is everywhere. ISIS is just not in the Middle East over here or over here in Iraq or in the mountains of Afghanistan or lurking in the streets of Chicago. ISIS is everywhere. They may not have great numbers and everything, but they do have a philosophy. They do have people that follow them and stuff. And this thing here, we're at war with a terrorist outfit called ISIS and Al Qaeda. Yeah? And war is not played by your rules because you're sitting at home in your easy, comfortable chair watching whatever social media is on TV, complaining how we should have had information. We need to have some kind of accountability to what's going on with the military. Why? You're not going to get up out that easy chair. What are you going to do about it? Let the military take care of the military. Stop getting all upset and putting little binders on the military because you think that an ambush should have went some other way. How dare the enemy ambush us? Don't they know that's against what I believe? I believe they do. But it's like, come on, people. It's not a game. People die in war. That's the nature of war. And the nature of war is for war itself. War doesn't care who wins. No. It doesn't care if we win. It doesn't care if the enemy wins. It doesn't care about anything. It's war. It's just like opiates. They don't care if you get clean. They don't care if you die. It's drugs. It's an opiate. They're going to kill you. If you abuse them. War's even more than that. It don't care anything about you. It only cares about itself. It wants to sustain its own existence. War is for war. And war has one ultimate goal: kill everybody twice if they can. If not, once is good enough. So people, think about that with the war. Stop advocating for beating on your chest about how great and powerful and wonderful we are and how much I know this should be better than this and that should be better than this. And then we can have the news and we can have the social media saying that this is what happened and this is what, and these are tragic events and stuff. But let's stop pointing fingers and blaming other people who you don't even know what it's like. An ambush, if you haven't ever been in an ambush, you can't even fathom what it's like to be in an ambush. I've gotten ambushed. It's not nice. Things happen at such a fast pace. Your adrenaline's through the roof. You don't know what's going on. Standard procedure out the window. I don't know what's going on. What are you going to do? I'm going to run. You're going to. It's really something uncontrollable. There's no planning for it. You can train to be the best soldier in the world, and as long as everything is hunky-dory, you'll be the best. But you throw in the chaos of people shooting and bombs going off and the noise, and that's easy. Here's the part that really gets you: the screaming of full-grown people who you might have thought were dangerous. Oh man, my buddy, he's a bad rascal and stuff. He's calling for his mother. He laying on the ground screaming, calling for his mother, as he should be. Just that much. It'll put a dent in whatever you think the strength is that you have to have accountability and pre-knowledge to all these things that's going on, because you truly don't want to know. and you know you don't want to go out there and try to experience this thing. People, you might run, you might duck, you don't even know what you're going to do. You might stand there with such as, what is it? You hear all the cliches, the deer in the headlight and all this stuff. These are real things that happen when things of that nature go that way. And then there's another thing that the smell. You got smell of sulfur all over the place. You got smell of burning flesh all over the place. All these things add to all that panic, fear, and everything. And these things happen quicker than that. And then you have to regain your composure to fight back. So let the guys over there do what they need to do. Stop getting upset at the government and all the military officials, because sometimes things go wrong, because there are no real rules to war other than war itself wants to win. So the bad guy's going to want to win. Alright, enough of war and hatred and opiates and stuff, because this is supposed to be a program about love. Mm-hmm. But this is love. This is love. I'm sure everybody's showing their love for the people like that. They're showing it in whatever form that they can. And that's good. That's good. They don't want people to be injured. They don't want people to be hurt. But let's get groups together that can really take care of these things and make it happen. But we're going to talk about, to be an archangel, love is essential to engage with people, society, and problems. You cannot be an archangel or become an archangel without first understanding and first letting yourself be engaged in love. And love is something that we're generally at this point in society's age, we're kind of scared of. People are kind of afraid to let it be known that they love somebody. I don't know why. It's easy, but they're kind of afraid. They might be afraid. It might be a protective mechanism that, if I love this person, then they might be able to use me, or they might be able to do something to me that I don't want done to me. So I can't love them. I like them a little bit, but I can't love them. I can feel empathy. They love throwing this word empathy around. I love the word empathy myself. Throw it around all day, and I understand. I can feel for what this person's going on. But you got no love, so you can't do the basic one step that might just turn the whole person's life around. Just love them. It's like, hi, how you doing? That's love. It's not that hard. But it is difficult. It is difficult, because if you don't know you, then you can't love anybody. You have to know you. And in knowing you, you have to be able to say within your own heart, without lying to yourself, and I don't know why people love to do that. I use the word love in there. They love to lie to themselves. I know myself. Yeah. I know myself really well. Then how come you can't love the person over there that you don't know? Well, maybe because I know myself so well that I know I don't want to know that person over there. So I'm not going to love them, because everybody over here said, they're bad people. Yeah, that's a bad person over there. All those people that you see over there wearing the Nike shoes that are kind of red and everything, those are bad people. You can't trust a person wearing red Nikes. It's just this is a world-known thing. All bad people wear red Nikes. Yeah. You didn't know that? Well, that's true. This is true. Yeah, of course it is. Some people might believe this. I'm making it up, folks. Don't believe it. Don't go out there and take your kids' red Nikes and throw them in the garbage. There's no measure on what's good or bad with Nikes or Adidas or any other sneaker that's out there. There's no measure for that. But we're just using that as an example for a little while, just to play with it. Yeah. But if you know yourself, you will know that people just because they wear red Nikes doesn't make them bad people. You know, it's the rest of the person within those Nikes that makes them a good or bad person. You know, all the person, all the way up across, even outside of their head. You know, their mental capacities, their character, everything about the person, his beliefs, you know, her ethics, her morals, all those all come together to make a person. Not because a group of people said, well, you know, those people who wear red Nikes, they're not good people. But this is what people believe. Why? It's easy. And they don't want to love the person anyways because they're afraid to love somebody. And they don't know their self enough to not be afraid. It's hard not to be afraid and commit yourself to loving somebody who's different from you. You know, you're different. You got blue Nikes. Yeah, you know you're different because you got blue Nikes. You're not walking with the crowd. But can you love somebody with red Nikes? Well, yeah. You can love people with red Nikes. That's easy. But not knowing yourself, you won't be able to do that because the fear sets in. So the first thing you do is you turn to your herd. You turn, what do they call that? Your posse. You can call it your posse. You can call it your boys. You can call it your bros, your sisters. You can call it whatever you want to do. The first thing you do is you get right in the middle of your group and you stand there with your blue Nikes on and you look down at all the feet. And they're all blue Nikes, so you're comfortable. You're strong. You're with the blue Nikes. You know, and you're feeling really good about yourself and you're flexing your muscles and stuff like that. And then you realize that you don't know, it ain't about you. You just became the smallest little member of a group of blue Nikes. You don't exist. Why? Because you don't know yourself. And you're afraid to love the red Nikes who know they don't know themselves either. So we got a whole society of people not knowing themselves based upon their sneakers. Yeah, we're going to hell in a handbasket with that. We can justify anything in this world simply based upon not knowing yourself. See? If you know yourself, then you just say, oh yeah, I love everybody. Or you could just say, I don't like these people because. I'm not saying that you have to go out there and love everybody in kumbaya and put flowers on people and everything. Nah, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying to know yourself. You can be totally angry and have a lot of a dislike within your heart for these people for a reason. You know? There's a reason why you're angry at these people. And that's all right. That's still love. And that's still loving yourself because you know what that reason is. It might be something that they've done to you. It might be something that's really irrelevant to everybody else in the whole world. But to you, it's a strong emotional pull that's making you not like these people. But at least you know you. And that's where the power, where it's powerful. Because once you know you, now you're able to look at things from a whole lot of different perspectives and stuff. You're able to look at the people from the red Nikes without seeing the red Nikes. You can see them. And then you can see that, well, yeah, they're wearing the same jacket I'm wearing. So they must be not as bad as everybody who's wearing the blue Nikes are telling me. You know? Oh, they go to the same school that I go to. Wow, we all go and eat French fries together. You know? But you find these commonalities now. You find that there's a whole lot of people out there that's got a whole lot of interest the same as you. You know? Because they're just people too. And you don't have to just base your whole self on what the group says. You know? Because the group, they just don't like them because they wear red Nikes and they wear blue Nikes. Yeah, we do that. Yeah, we call that in this country politics. We got the red states who don't like the blue states, and the blue states who don't like the red states. That's right, folks. We call it politics in this country. I call it Nikes, but we call it politics because we absolutely don't know ourselves. Well, I can't like him. He's a Republican. He wears red sneakers. I can only like these Democrats over here because they wear blue sneakers. Really? Really? That's what we do. And where we should just be having love by knowing what we are and what we like. Do the Republicans wear jackets? Yeah, they might have on the same jacket that you're wearing. They might be wearing suits that you're wearing, dresses that you're wearing, get their hair done where you get your hair done. They might be eating at the same restaurants and doing the same thing, working next to you in the job and stuff like that, doing all these same like things that together will become bigger and become more enhanced. Simply if you just know yourself and love those people just because they're people, just because of their character. And that's really hard to do because they wear red sneakers and you wear blue. So let's go on because we talk enough about shoes. Yeah. So how archangels can achieve love for all? They bring people into their own area of emotional arousal. This is important, folks, because this is more personal. This is more personal for you. This is the personal part of love that a lot of people take for granted. You know, they get married, right? Oh, I love that girl. She's so beautiful. Oh, I want to stay with her for the rest of my life. Life seems to be very short. You know, there's a lot of people after the honeymoon. It's about all over. You start to do things and look for things that irk you. You know, these are just emotional things. You know, where you can just bring the person. This is what you can do. You just bring the person into your house. You know, you might be sitting down at the breakfast table. Nobody's talking to anybody. Everybody's doing whatever they do. Some people still, they're old like me, they might read a paper. If they're young and beautiful like my wife, they might do email. But they all do something that they do, you know? So there's no interaction. Then something that really, you know, just grabs you happens. A squirrel runs up a tree backwards, you know? Hey, look at this squirrel run up that tree backwards. You're on a high, right? You're watching a squirrel run up the tree backwards. You want to share that emotional arousal with the person you love. And never use these words, folks. Never use these words if you don't. If you get away with never saying these words again in life, you'll have a better life. This is guaranteed from Trooper Joe. You say to the wife, look at that squirrel running up the tree backwards and stuff. Here goes the wife's response. Oh, that's nice. What do you do then? It's like, that's it? The squirrel running up the tree backwards, and all you can say is, oh, that's nice. Next thing you know, you're going to justify all this stuff like this. Oh, yeah, she really don't care nothing about me, you know? If she did, she would have been looking at this squirrel and she would have got all excited and all these things like this. So, you know, but these are things that's an emotional arousal. You're the person, you invite the person in. You know, you invited the person you love into you. The whole of you, because your whole childish actions coming out, your whole enthusiasm's coming out, you're just all over the place, just like a little kid, you know. You're just all fired up watching a squirrel run up a tree backwards. You invited her in. Your heightened emotional state is through the roof. It's on another planet, you know. And now the person who's invited, they got a choice. You know, obviously their choice is to stop what they're doing, look over there. Oh, wow. How long they do that? When they do that? Or Any of those stupid questions. Wow, look at that. I've never seen that. You know, they can do any of those things like that. But if they do that one thing, just say, oh, that's nice. Stone them. Now, that's what you're thinking on when that happens, just stone them. I'm going to stone. And this happens, I'm just talking from the guy, you know, because I'm a guy. But women do the same thing. They get aroused about things like this here. Honey, come and see this. Come and see this. You know, okay, that's nice. Yeah. It's like, yeah. No. You know, if when you sense that it's an emotional arousing event and you've been invited to participate in it, that's love, folks. Don't throw it away. Don't throw it away. Don't make it something small and trivial. That's love, because that's what love is. And you're in a heightened emotional arousal state. It's not just sex. It's that. It's squirrels running up trees backwards. You know, it's whatever that your other person or part, and it doesn't have to be your loved one. It could be a friend at work. You know, you could be at work and something happens and hey, wow, come over and see this. Come over and see this. You know, and so you come over there and you can show the love to that person just by being interested and engaging in their emotion. But never will say that's nice. Don't say that. Don't say that. You can, because that is the wrong response to say ever. Just never say that, because that's just crazy. Yeah. So now that's the wife saying we're going to have to check. Oh, that's nice. Don't say. Yeah, she's tuned in. So is anybody having any supper tonight? No, we engage all the time. Yeah. So that's how that works. But remember, one person has to open the engagement, and then the other person has the choice of walking through. You know, you don't have to, you know, but then you're really not engaging enough with the love of your spouse. And there's many people that don't do that. You know? And they really don't do that. And then they start to justify their actions, because after those simple engagements start to become numerous and stuff, then they start to find all kinds of things to justify the fact that they don't feel as though they're important to the other person. And by that they just start to look for things that they can, like I say, use to justify that, rather than try to just engage themselves in the other person's emotional arousal state. Well, because that's the powerful part about love. And it's not just between spouses. It can be with anybody. It could be with strangers. You know, you could be in a barber shop sitting there with people you don't even know, and then they might have said, "Oh, look at this, man," you know, and you'll engage quicker with them than you will with somebody that you've been with for a long time. Some people will, and when you come over there, but that's love. You don't have to know the person. Their emotional arousal is still going to happen. So you just engage within that emotional arousal. But it's your choice to go in or not to go into that emotional. I suggest everybody go in. It's easy. And guess what happens too? You have conversation. You got a whole lot of things going on that becomes a whole lot of fun for you. You know? Because the conversations are like water too. You know how water just flows and then it just goes all over the place? That's how conversations are supposed to work. It starts with something and then it goes all over the place. In today's world, though, we're kind of getting away from conversation a lot because we're so engaged with our own, not our own selves. We're trying to find justification so we can get into the herd. either the red herd or the blue herd. We're trying to find a little bit of window to crawl through by reading social media or doing something, seeing what's trending at the moment, so that we can become part of that herd rather than knowing who we are ourselves. But conversation engages you in these emotional arousal states, which are yours. Those things are something that happens automatically without any time. There's no warning for them or anything. You can't create those just because you want to. Let me read a couple of these things here, right? This is just a couple of little things I jotted down here from Mother Teresa. Y'all know Mother Teresa, right? Mm-hmm. Y'all can't be Mother Teresa. Nah, you can't. Nah. She was a little woman who was so engaged in loving everybody, for Jesus, that she was able to move mountains, literally, for some people. She was engaged with people that were dead and dying on the street, and she physically was able to pick them up. Their emotional arousal state wasn't so good, but she was able to get out there and help these people, and even turn a whole society that was against her actions with these people into saying, yeah, that's a good thing to do. And she says stuff like, love must be put into action. That's just like with these engagements right here. That's the action. Oh yeah, that's squirrel funny, and the conversation and stuff. That's the action. Non-action, going into the blue sneaker group and standing in the middle and feeling comfortable. There's no action there. You're just there. And words of kindness and love are easy to speak. And this is important. This is a part of love that we like. It's easy to say, I love you. Anybody can say that. It's easy to say, oh, my heart bleeds for those people over there because I really love them, and I really hope that they're able to do things and make a better life for themselves. It's easy to say, but with the action, that's the hard part. You got to take those words and you got to put them into action. Just like she say right here, love must be put into action. Words of kindness and love are easy to speak. Not that we do it consciously. That's the problem. We don't speak them words of kindness and love consciously. We don't. We do it subconsciously. We do it because we think that's what we're supposed to do. And we also speak words of criticism and hate just as quickly as we speak words of kindness and love. It's because we think that's what we're supposed to do, because we're either in the blue sneaker group or the red sneaker group. So you got to stay with it. The independents, they're all barefoot. They ain't got no shoes. So love is expressed and may imply us as a self, right? That's how it's expressed, right? That's how it is. We should be expressing what we love, There's lots of ways to express who we are, and what we love, because it implies us as self, So if you really love somebody and they got 2 bags, take one. Walk with them an extra mile or something like that. Have a conversation with them while you're walking with them that little extra few feet while you're helping somebody out. It ain't gonna hurt you. It might benefit you. It's definitely going to benefit you because you'll be getting the privilege of loving somebody like that. Because the other person, remember now, the other person may not, they have to be the one, they get the choice too. No, that's all right. You don't need to do that because they're just as afraid to love somebody as you are. Even in the same sneaker groups, they're just as afraid to commit to loving somebody as you are. So if you get an opportunity to just engage with somebody on that type of expressive level where you're expressing your love for that person, do it. Don't let that moment go by, right? Don't let that moment, especially if it's an easy thing, like if you see somebody who lives across the street from you and you're 3 or 4 miles away and they're waiting for the bus. Don't drive by and wave. You know? Drive by and pull. Come on over here, get there, let's go home. Don't be wet. You know? And if you're the one standing there, don't say, oh no, that's all right, the bus will be here in a minute. Jump in that car. You know? Have that conversation. Close the door. Keep the rain out. It's all good. It's all good. So what else we got here? With love, do not wait for others. Right? Do it alone. Person to person. You don't have to wait for everybody in the blue group to come around and say, I love the people in the red group. You know, or I love some of the issues that the people in the red group say. Or I love that person standing over there that's in the red sneaker group. Do it yourself. Be a person to person. You can take those blue sneakers and those red sneakers over there, and you guys can stand there and talk to each other. And at worst, what will happen? Your sneakers will turn green. You know, I mean that's about all that's really going to happen. Other than that, you're going to just start to have a conversation, find out that you might both go to the same school, you live two minutes from each other and you didn't know it. Who knows what can happen once you engage somebody, you know, in a person-to-person type of thing. You know, and that's all love. And really, it's hard to do, folks. It is not easy. It's totally hard to do. So let's see what else we got here. Love cannot be measured. It can only be given and received. You got to make sure that receives in there too. You can't measure how much love you give to somebody, but it has to be given. That's the only way it can be transferred, you know? And it has to be received by whoever's giving it to. But that's the second part of the love. The first part is it can only be given. You can't say, oh yeah, I love this person more than all the stars in the sky. And then when they come home, oh, you're home? Yeah, there's a lot of stars in your sky. You have to give the love. You know, you have to have and the love is given through conversation. It's not given through flowers. It's not given through candy. You know, it's not given through anything that comes like it's given through conversation, because that's where the emotional arousal is. It's in the conversation. It's not in a sexual moment that you have. Nope. It's not there. It's in the conversations. That's where the love lives. When you're interacting with people and you're conversing with people and their emotional arousal, you've been invited to walk into. Don't miss that opportunity. Take it. If the door's open, walk through it. And I always do everything with extraordinary love. Anything that you do, make sure you do this with extraordinary love. Don't do it halfway, folks. You know, don't take off one sneaker and try to limp over there with your bare foot out front over to the red groups thing and try to hide your blue sneaker foot. Now, you can leave your sneakers on and walk over there. You know, with your and the red. I mean, when I say blue, I'm talking red or blue. Either one of you guys can come back and forth and back and forth and back and forth like this here, and it'll all be good, and everybody benefits from it, and especially you. You learn more about yourself. You learn things that you didn't even know about yourself that you might really engage with yourself. When you have your own quiet moments with yourself and you're reflecting back, you know, Jimmy from the red sneaker group, wow, I didn't know that person really liked horses. You know, yeah, I'm going to find out a little bit more about these horses. I can't wait to see Jimmy again and ask him about this here or something to that effect. You know, you still got the sneakers on, you know, but now you're wanting to know about a horse or a tree or a car or whatever it might be, a French fry. You know, you want to know about something else. So the sneakers have become, they're starting to fade, folks. The sneakers, the colors are going away. They're either turning green or they're just melting into nothingness, you know. So those are good things. But I got to pay a little of the bills. So, so I'll be back and we'll talk a little bit more about this love. And I hope everybody's having fun with love. And I hope everybody loves me. Because I might not get no stuff. No, sir. I got a great wife. Alright, we're going to go to some commercials. Then we'll be back.